The family of Anthony Oatis resting a little bit easier tonight now that the two men convicted of murdering him will spend the rest of their lives in prison. Noah Noble has been following this murder case now, was in the courtroom when those sentences were handed down.
Well, Jennifer, the mood today was not surprisingly somber. Of course, Oatis's family members were happy to see the two defendants given life sentences. The judge hammered the point that this murder really took 3 lives: the victim who died, and now the 2 men who will spend the rest of their lives behind bars.
I was told about being with the wrong people, and now I'm a textbook example of it. I do feel sorry about this whole thing and for the family. I never intended to hurt anybody. I was under extreme duress.
Those were Erick Hunt's words to Judge Lisa P. Dotson during his sentencing. The proceedings happened 3 weeks after Hunt and co-defendant Richard Draco Norman were found guilty of first-degree murder and armed robbery. The case boils down to this: Hunt, Norman, and a third defendant, Erick Chopin, who was 15 at the time, were supposed to sell weed to Anthony Oatis and Garrett White on June 27, 2022. Instead, the 3 defendants committed armed robbery, and when Oatis put up a fight, Hunt shot him. 1 hour after the deadly shooting, Erick Hunt took this video of himself flashing money. In the background, you can hear Chopin and Norman laughing. Those are the facts that led Judge Dotson to say this to Hunt.
I have trouble with you now coming in and saying you're remorseful when I haven't seen that in the trial. So I don't have a lot of sympathy for you where that's concerned.
Then Richard Norman came in for sentencing. The 32-year-old father of 4 had little to say.
I do apologize to the court and the family.
But Judge Dotson had plenty.
You haven't seemed to be bothered at all by any of this, by the fact that a man is dead. You'll have a lot of time to think about that. Because in count 1, I am going to sentence you to life.
After court, Oatis's family remembered him as the life of the party and saying not a day goes by where he is not missed.
Most people don't get justice in cases like this, and it really felt good. They both lost their lives, basically. My brother wasn't the only one that lost his.
Oatis's mother told me it has not been easy dealing with the death of her son.
I wanted to just give up, you know what I'm saying, but I know I had to keep moving on and be here for my daughters and his kids.
Both Hunt and Norman were sentenced to life in prison plus 20 years for the armed robbery charge, and Norman was also convicted of possession of a firearm by a felon. The third defendant, Erick Chopin, previously pled guilty to manslaughter and armed robbery. His sentencing is not yet scheduled. Jennifer.